Yo, yo, yo. Is that better? Hello? Hello, hello. Is that better? I hope that's better. Someone tell me it's better. Good? All right, damn, I was just sitting there just doing that. That's weird. That's awkward. All right. I said sorry for being late, guys. I was sitting there thinking of a title and thinking what to talk about today. Um, Today's sponsored by Rain Energy Drink. It's one of the blue ones. I don't normally drink blue ones, but Bridget left it in the fridge, and now I'm going for it. Lorenzo Munoz in the chat. He likes blue energy drinks. Resnet, Drew, Corey McPhee, Captain Obvious, Matt Fish, my boy. What's going on? Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you on this Wednesday, this fine Wednesday. Yeah, I was thinking about, we could have went with a East versus West topic because it's coming up, but I don't know. I already did my East versus West predictions on there. I mean, if you guys want to talk about specific matches, we can, but I don't know. It's just thinking a lot about lately about our sport and where it's going, where we want it to go, where you guys want it to go, where I might want it to go, and just and maybe what we think realistically it will go, in 5-10 years. Like, what does it look like? So some stuff I've been thinking about a little bit. On your way in, if you guys click the thumbs up button, I would appreciate it. We have 17 people in here with 3 likes. 17 people. There's 17 people in this room. Only 3 y'all like it. And hey, guys, what I mean? Like it would be awkward if we were all in person. Let's see. Spacey with the rocket ships. Adnan. Hello, Derek. What's going on? Jason Merlot. Yes, good topic to see where arm wrestling is going. I agree. Thanks. Jason Merlot, by the way, once again, congratulations on the win, man. Congratulations on the win. Defying the odds. Congratulations, brother. Really happy for you. Your win at Knuckles Up. Everybody, spam the chat for congrats to Jason. Give him the congrats. He's here. Tell him congrats on winning his match. It's tough to go out there, man. It's tough to go at those big stages, compete, and show up and make it happen, for sure. So, big congrats to Jason. Thank you for winning that. I told you I wanted you to win. I can admit I predicted that Jason would lose. I did, and I was wrong. I'm so happy that I was wrong. So, let's see. Joe Nelson, what's up? Yo, everybody. Metaphoria, up is where it's going. Big Casey, what's going on, big guy? Spacey, everybody saying congrats. Jason, hit like or be haunted by the ghost of Chave. Captain Obvious is messed up, man. We're trying to move in a positive direction. Tomes, there he is. What up, Tomes? Dave Anderson, nothing like worthy yet aside from Jason. Nothing like worthy yet aside from Jason. Thank you, Jason. See, if that's what I have to be, if I have to predict you to lose your matches, so that way it makes you try harder to win, maybe that's what I need to do from now on. Just predict for you to lose. Jason Merlot putting Northeast arm wrestling on the map. What? You guys already have like Marcio and there's a lot of people up there, and Paul Lynn, and isn't Storm chilling? What? Isn't there like 1,000 people up there? There's so many badasses. RVJ, yeah. What? I mean, Jason's great. I'm just saying, I think there's a lot of top pullers in the map already in the Northeast. Jason is now among them. He is among them. I'm just, you know what I mean? Wait, Jason, you're on Marcio's team, aren't you? I think. Jerry, yep. Yeah, I know there's a lot more. I just named quick couple. Yeah, Jason definitely among them. I agree. But I believe Jason's so many Northeast guys. I feel like the Northeast is deep. It is. I say, guys, the most active. Well, that's in terms of depth. The Northeast, man, that might be like one of the deepest areas in the United States for arm wrestling. I mean, because everybody else is kind of spread out. Florida has some pretty good dudes. Cali has some good guys, but it's still pretty spread out, man. Yeah, it probably is Northeast, or maybe Florida has some good dudes, like in terms of in one spot. Depth, somewhere in there. DF says, sub, no neck, Derek. What up, DF? DF, can you also plug Jason Merlot's YouTube channel in here, please, guys? Or Spermies. What's going on, Spermies? Will you be going to Turkey this weekend? I will not be going to Turkey this weekend. Florida's weak. Spacey, Louisiana, got nobody, man. No, I think Louisiana. Who's in Louisiana? I know there's guys in Louisiana. Will you pull on WAL or East versus West? Will I have to choose? I don't know. I mean, obviously, as of right now, 100% my loyalties lie with East versus West with Egan Tersey. Egan Tersey's been my guy. He's shown me loyalty, and I will show him loyalty in return. Hey, Tomes. Thank you. First super chat of the day, David Tomes. Hey, the Wizard. And with the 33-33 Wizard. Yeah, Jason Tome, or Jason Tomes, Jason Merlot, David Tomes. David Tomes, a.k.a. the Wizard. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. He says food fun. So oftentimes, if you guys are bored, when I'm by myself and I have a huge meal, I'm about to eat a lot of food, I'll hop in Discord with David Tomes and Devin's Forearm and a bunch of other people, and I'll go live on camera and I'll eat like 9 pounds of food. So Tomes is always in shock about how much food I can eat. It's like a mukbang or whatever. Those, the videos where people just sit down and eat like a ton of food. It's one of those. Atlantis, what's going on? Daniel, where's Adam? Adam is from Georgia. Adam Orzinski? I think Georgia, Oh, is that right? Georgia? Can't wait to see you pull again. It says Metaphoria. Thank you, sir. Has WL announced something that I missed? I have not heard any official announcements. I've been hearing a lot of behind the scenes grumbles, but I haven't heard anything officially announced. Casey Jones with the $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. He says, what more manly, expired driver's license or hot dogs? Expired driver's license. Can't be bothered going down there. Actually, my driver's license expired recently. I have to go get a new one. It just expired. I gotta remember to do that. I keep putting it off. Let's see, Wizard of the North. That's right. Ray's talking about GTA. Craig Tuyes from Louisiana. There you go. Performance enhancing pancakes. Hey, Derek, what's up, buddy? Nothing much, man. Hanging out. How you doing? PEP? Dan Mosier, Louisiana. There we go. I'm waiting for that food challenge against Svetkov. He doesn't want it. Javier Martinez, what's going on? There's one of my teammates in the house. Herman Stevens. There you go. Let's see. A minute sec. What happened to Chave? Chave took a turn for the worst. Now, Bridget took Chave back to her house, and she was trying to resuscitate him. I don't know how that's going, but she took him. He took a turn for the worst. Adam is originally from Poland, not Georgia. Is he? Interesting deeps, but that's Travis. Take his word for a grain of salt between truth or false. Oh, talking about Travis. What Travis says he's going to do now. Let's see. How do you find a car, Derek? Do you ask for Shaq hand-me-down? Bro, I'm only 6'8". I mean, Shaq's 7'1", like 400 pounds. He's a good amount bigger than me. I drive a Ford Flex because it's huge inside, and I can fit easily. Actually, I fold up pretty well in cars. I do okay. It's not as bad as you think. Let's see. Tall Paul, there he is. There's that Mr. Derek and all the Derek Maniacs. What you gonna do, brother? Oh, chilling. Nice shirt color, very refreshing. Thanks, GB19. I appreciate that, man. I thought I'd take it light today, Grizzly Casey asked if I'm going to the Fit Expo. So this weekend is the California Championships at the LA Fit Expo. It's generally the biggest tournament on the West Coast, like consistently over the years. And yeah, so it's pros on Saturday and amateurs on Sunday. I am working Friday night. I'll get off about 3:30. I'll get off home by 4:30, sleep by whatever. And I have to work Saturday night as well. So I want to try to go Saturday. I plan I'll definitely be there Sunday for the amateur guys to coach up my amateur guys. I'm trying to be there Saturday, or Saturday is just not 100% set in stone. I thought you were smoking a blunt in the thumbnail says metaphor. No, man, I was like I'm thinking about the future of arm wrestling. I was smoking a joint? What? That's crazy. Catch that on other YouTube channels. Casey Jones says, see if you can renew driver's license online. Mine's expired too. Oh, can you do the whole thing online nowadays? That'd be great if you can. Dr. Disrespect is on his way in here to set you straight, Derek. Oh, all right. Tall Paul says, Derek, that was a Hulkamaniac thing. When Hulk Hogan used to say, what you gonna do when the Hulkster runs wild on you? When the Hulkster runs wild on you? Hulk was badass when I was a kid. That was my favorite wrestler, but I don't remember all his sayings. I just remember him calling everybody brother a lot. All right, everybody's saying hello to DF, who is the man as well. So I'm wondering, okay, we're going to do some polls. This topic I want to talk about the future of arm wrestling. We're definitely going to throw some polls in there because I want to know what you guys think, what you guys would like to see happen, and then we can talk about like how we can achieve this or go towards said goal. Right. So first thing I want to say is, which would you rather see? Olympics or UFC style? And when I say UFC style, I mean professional with a ton of sponsors and money and things like that. Right? Those are generally the two and UFC style is on TV, the whole, like main channels, pay-per-views. That's kind of what looks like what we're leaning towards right now. That direction. Now, the final product looks like it's going to be different, but everybody's kind of going towards that. Is that what you guys want to see? Would you prefer us to try to make it more of a, is the term professional sport? You know what I mean? Like like the Olympics. I don't know. How do you word that? A more sophisticated, clean, professional approach. I don't know the words. What do you guys think? I mean, to go to the Olympics and represent your country and win an Olympic gold would be sick. But I feel like we can't have both of them. I would love to have both. And I knew some people would say both. I just don't know. Maybe we can. I mean, boxing is at the Olympics or I think it is still. And obviously there's professional boxing. Maybe it's possible to have both. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? So it looks like pretty heavily UFC style, 80%, big TV, big pay-per-view, big money, sponsors, Bud Light, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Big names, backgrounds, crap talking, kind of where we're heading, right? Where we're heading right now. Okay, so you guys like that. You guys agree with that for the most part, right? Okay. So if that's the case, then there's certain things that have to be present, right? In order for us to get sponsors, right? That's where the big money comes from, right? Sponsors, and maybe pay-per-view sales, right? So, but that big of a crowd would have to come later, right? That size crowd where we'd make serious money off pay-per-view would have to come after the sport's already blown up and the sponsors themselves are helping promote the sport, right? So I don't think that the pay-per-view money is going to be this giant, we're making a ton of money off pay-per-view. Yeah, I think the first big chunk of money we would get would be from sponsors. With big chunks of money is gonna be what changes the whole game, right? If suddenly Devin Laird's driving a Ferrari, living in a mansion, et cetera, just from being an arm wrestler, that's what starts changing the face of the game. Because then younger people start seeing that and they're like, ooh, I can be an arm wrestler and make it rich and make it famous. Like, right? So we have to, once money starts getting to the top guys, it'll start trickling down. It will, right? It'll change the whole outlook of the sport. It'll start to be taken serious from a young age from a lot of people. And then more and more people will be pouring into the sport, right? Okay, I don't want to get too far behind in the chat. Both would be dope. Screw the Olympics. There is no money in country sports. Let's see. Imagine natty version of Vaughn at the Olympics. I like to see Olympics as amateur and then move to professional, similar to what boxing does. There we go. Paul Strange says, speaking on the topic of today's live, I can see youngsters like Reno Bacho, Derek, and Schoolboy having infinite potential to go as far as it gets. They're definitely the futures of arm wrestling. Thank you, Paul. That's right. Just me and the guys. Me and my boy Reno and Bacho. Like, we're fresh out of high school, man. But I think if you old bastards get out of our way, we can make it pretty far, you know? Leave it to us. However, seeing you win a gold medal will be sick. Drug testing, UFC is not, if not WWE. Oh, but I don't want it to be scripted. Kane says, if I had to choose, it would be UFC, but ideally it would be both. I agree. Kane, by the way, what up? If you guys, moderators, please plug Kane Fontecchio's YouTube channel. Kane will be going live tonight after I'm done going live, and I'm going to hop in his channel for a little bit as well. We're going to talk more about California-based things. We talk about arm wrestling in general. He sent me the link, so I'm going to pop in there after after I get off live today. So moderators, please plug Kane Fontecchio channel. Kane is also on my team. He's on my team. He's one of my top guys, one of my generals, one of my most trusted people on my team. So Kane's a great dude. Love Kane. Everybody loves Kane. So yeah, check out his channel if you guys get a chance. He goes live, I believe once a week right now. So yeah, check him out. Thank you, DF. I appreciate that. The Olympics usually screws sports up, but that would be cool to have an arm wrestling gold medal. I agree. No WWE crap at all, though, says Corey McPhee. Calvin Jones says this is the whole East equals Olympic, UFC equals West in terms of philosophy. Tyler says, I still think we need to get more big names in the sport that are well known. I think Devin showing CT Fletcher some stuff was good. We need more eyes or some more celebrities behind it and support. I agree. That can't do anything but help. Right. Okay. So let me make sure I'm caught up. Most of the people have arm wrestled before. These guys are like Peter Pan's not. These guys are like Peter Pan's not mad at it. Definitely not scripted, but the pageantry is fun. I did play matches with Mega Mike. He's trying to plan stuff. I don't know exactly what he has right now. He has Nate McCallan in Mexico. I don't know the date, though, off the top of my head. Okay. Mr. Peanut, the Olympics is a path of WAF. The value of the Olympic arm wrestling essentially for some countries as the economic support could flow to athletes as income/support from their nation's limited value. Gotcha. Still think most of the talented arm wrestlers find their way into arm wrestling. And there we go. Okay, all caught up. So on to what Tyler said, basically. Sponsors will get involved when there's eyes on the sport. That's the thing. But we're like also like, we'll get involved and then we'll get eyes on the sport. But no, they won't start getting involved and starting throwing serious money until there's eyes on the sport. Eyes on the sport, because the whole point is that they're trying to move their product. What Bud Light is trying to sell Bud Light, right? So they need people to see their ad. That's why they'll pay a lot of money. If there's a lot of eyes on the sport, a lot of people see that ad, it's worth money, right? That's how they advertise. That's how they get money into it. So as we get more eyes on arm wrestling, the money will come. The opportunities will come. Now, right now, we control that via social media, right? Social media for us is our biggest tool. It is, because the more eyes we can get on arm wrestling, the more likely a sponsor would want to get involved, right? That's what lands the big stuff. So going back to what Tyler said, like the bigger names we get into it that can bring big eyes, that's the stuff that would bring big money in general, right? So if I keep using the term Bud Light, like, yeah, they'd want to get involved if they saw that Conor McGregor was going to a first arm wrestling tournament. They knew everybody was going to watch. They would love to put a Bud Light banner in the back of that tournament, for instance, right? So they're trying to that's the goal, is that we have to get eyes on the sport. If we want to become UFC-esque has to make it so people want to do that from a young age, and more people get into the sport. More people get into the sport, more eyes go to the sport. It all works together, right? So the social media stuff, although however annoying you think it is, and I agree, is very important. And getting people with huge social media followings to check out arm wrestling or putting them in front of cameras is big. I mean, credit to King of the Table. King of the Table, and even WL did this somewhat, like gave Juji Mufu a match, giving Schoolboy matches, like trying to get Larry a match, all these things. Not that they're not great arm wrestlers and stuff, but a lot of the other promotions are trying to just book top arm wrestling talent. But it's about getting guys on there that have eyes on them. It really is, in terms of, I mean, you can have a mixture, obviously. You can have a mixture. And that's kind of what King of the Table did. They'd have the big match, Devin and Levon, and then also a hype match with like a ton of YouTube views, right? Leonidas and Larry, for instance. So those are super important, I think, in terms of bringing eyes and to keep chasing these big guys. Like, hey, I'll do my part. I'll go chase Brian Shaw. I'll continue to chase him. I'm waiting for him to finish his MMA fight, and then I'll be reaching out to him again. I'll shoot him a message, see what's going on. Also, I need to talk to him to see if they're having arm wrestling at the Shaw Classic again. I haven't really talked to them about that yet. So I'll definitely be reaching out to Brian in not too distant future to see what's going on with that. But there's just, big names. We have to get them trying it out for sure. I actually had a really interesting conversation at the airport. Where was I flying? Oh, I was coming home from Texas, and I had a layover, and I was standing at this gate, and this guy walks up to me, and he's like, what team you play for, man? Which I hear all the time. He's talking about football, and I'm like, I don't play football. I said, I'm too old for that, man. And I'm only 23, but I'm definitely too old for that. And but anyway, we got to talking. This guy works for the NFL, and he was telling me he's heading out to Vegas for some stuff, and we were chopping it up about arm wrestling, and I was showing him all my arm wrestling stuff and my Instagram and all that. And he was telling me, he's like, man, you need to make, and you know what sounds crazy at first, but the more I thought about this could be a thing. He's like, you need to make videos calling out the biggest guys in the NFL. And I was like, yeah, but why would they take that? And would they really think they could beat me in arm wrestling? Like, if they know I'm an actual arm wrestler, they think. And he's like, man, I know these dudes. Yes. He's like, they all think they're the biggest, strongest dudes in the world. Make a video just on Instagram or whatever, make that your thing, calling out NFL guys for arm wrestling, set up money, bet money or whatever, and set it up. But I was thinking, like, everybody has their niche kind of, right? Arm wrestling whispers and schoolboy pull arm wrestles people in Times Square and things have their. I wonder if I could go down that road of just calling out NFL players, like the biggest, strongest, scariest ones. And he swore to me they would all accept it. And once I beat like one, then now I'm in there and it starts spreading like wildfire because then they all want to beat me. If I beat that guy, then the other guys are like, I can smoke that dude, blah, 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 etc. But that would be crazy. Big young names is the key. It's not just big names. Brian, CT Fletcher, and older strength guys will never be top 10 in my opinion. Oh, I disagree. Brian could be. Not right away. Obviously, it'll take some time, but that dude was strong. He's starting at a very high level of strength. Let's see. Metaphoria says, still think most of the most talented arm wrestlers find their way into arm wrestling. I don't know, man. It's hard to say that some one like an offensive lineman in the NFL or Martins Lisi's pro strongman, had he chosen arm wrestling, it's hard to say that he wouldn't have made it to a high level. Like, so intelligent, big structure, all the things. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say they wouldn't have been amazing in arm wrestling. Martins also competes in grip. Martins Lisi is probably a fantastic arm wrestler if he decided to do it. But there's a lot of examples like that, these giant dudes. I mean, that's what we kind of crank out here in North America, these big old giant Goliaths, right? Joe Nelson said Megan Mike was talking to Brandon Allen about trying to get a match with Pablo. Oh, okay. Potential super match, Megan Mike and Pablo, February 2nd at Brandon Allen's. Gotcha. Bigger names getting involved, limited value for us. Looks Arnold sports festivals. Athletes spend thousands of dollars to attend, participate Arnold's. We pay, he makes millions. Oh, yeah. But, I mean, the Arnold's, first off, we don't have arm wrestling in the Arnold's this year. But that's just, the Arnold's for arm wrestling it didn't do much for the individuals. It definitely got the sport in front of thousands and thousands of people, so they kind of knew it was a sport. But I think that edifying or building up our top guys and making them be successful. Like, I want Devin Larratt to be super rich. I want him to. I want him to be ultra successful. I want Hermes to be flying in on a private jet. I want that to be seen. I want it to be broadcasted everywhere. The moment that stuff starts happening, you guys don't understand, the sport will change. It will change. When LeVon is rolled up in a limo and this and that and this and that, all those things, it'll change everything. Let's see. More mutants like Jeff Dave. Let's see. I want to see Tyrone Smith arm wrestle. I mean, look at YouTubers facing real boxers and whatnot, right? That's an awesome idea. Bagent, get your foot in the door. Yeah, maybe. But then Bagent would just do it. right? Travis wouldn't help somebody else make a ton of money. Not unless he's making more. Let's see. Calvin Jones going on. Spacey says they don't need to be top 10. They just need to be entertaining. Mr. Pina, NFL arm wrestling has been done. Doesn't add value to us. We had NFL, MLB, NHL players competing. Yeah, but that also wasn't a huge social media thing, though, right? That was like WL tried, or there was this like weird brand that tried to do this one-off event, things like that. But like, if it's done on Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, like it's all based on there, it would be different if it's put on the main like social media accounts. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think that will work for you, Bill, because you're too big. You need to be a smaller guy who's amazing arm wrestler. So those athletes like football players think they will be guaranteed win. That's what I was saying. And the guy said, even with my size, that they're still down. They'll still think they can beat you. He swore like that. That was why I was shocked. He goes, no, I know these guys. And if they are as prideful as he says, that could be an angle. Like if they really, because they are giant, crazy, strong dudes in the gym all the time lifting. I mean, I'm sure they think they're complete badasses, and they are. It's just not an arm wrestling. Football may go down in popularity because of injuries. Let's see. Mr. Peanut, so no point in trying in this day and age of YouTube now compared to 10 plus years ago? What do you mean? Drew, what are you talking about? Probably not allowed to. NFL contracts have stipulations like no skiing because of injury. Well, they might not have a no arm wrestling clause yet. Calvin Jones, look at the views Auden gets on anything he does. Most promising arm wrestling YouTuber, in my honest opinion. He'll be viral once he gets a few hype matches. Patrick Murphy, it seems like Schoolboy has ran his course. The appeal of a young-looking kid going against giant tattooed inmate-looking fellas doesn't seem to work when Schoolboy is older, huge now. Drew says, imagine what Dustin Hyatt could do to those big NFL and others. Metaphoria, I think it's like how Mantle was only 5'11 and Tyson was 5'10. Same with John. He's like 6'1. There's a tendon explosive God-given thing you can't see. Corey says, but Brian will never be top 10. He is too old and not enough money in it for him to get fully into arm wrestling. Hence the reason he is now doing MMA. He obviously has the strength, but so Brian, first off, Brian's making money on his YouTube channel. He's not trying to make money off winnings in the sport. He would make money off people viewing it and watching his story. So YouTube videos is what makes Brian money right now. So he wouldn't be getting into arm wrestling for the money. He already knew that there was a lack of money at the beginning. There's a ton of money he's getting paid to do this fight. And so I think it's a one-off. I think he's going to do this fight, and that's it. I don't think Brian has any delusions of wanting to get punched in the head for years and years. He knows how old he is. I don't think it's something he's pursuing. If he gets into arm wrestling and dedicates the way he does to other things, like that's it, full-on 100% arm wrestling, I believe he'll get in the top 10. I believe so. I mean, I've gripped up with him. I might be one of the only people that can tell you firsthand. I believe he will. Right? So, or can. So we'll see. I mean, as long as he doesn't get injured. The other strongman guys may have not had that, thus never got into it. Crazy Uncle Jim says, I heard Brian is fighting Mariusz Pudzianowski. That's effed up. He's going to get killed if that's true. I thought he's fighting Eddie Hall, and Hooper, and the other guy, Martin Ford. Let's see. Oh, White Wolf, what up? Same way, but more explosive guys, blah, 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 you. Everybody's saying hi. People love betting. That's a big thing. Why does Brian have to be top 10, though? Why does that even matter? It's true. Auden will get plenty of views if he continues to win. Mr. Peanut says the Drew, so didn't say there was no reason to try. Always reason to try anything. Also, always smart to know the history of your event. One event in Las Vegas got NFL players sued. There was a lot of weird stuff that happened at that thing in Vegas, though. I don't know. There was weird stuff. There was a lot of weird money and things going on there. The MMA thing is a one-off. Mitch Huber is going to do it in the middle of his prep for the Arnolds because the money is ridiculous, right? Corey McPhee says is a 5 or 6 on the fight contract. I believe it's winners against winners tournament. Yeah, but I think it's only 4 people though, right? So it's just 2 fights. Winners, they go against each other. I think that's it. Tyler says Brian can be amazing. He already has the size and the grip. He just needs the wrist in terms of strength. Metaphoria says take Todzilla, for instance, not the biggest guy. Reminds me of Willie Mays cranking 450 home runs 660 times. What? Just being awesome. Gotcha. So I think that's our future goal. Now, what we can get down to in terms of on a more local level, I have some big ideas, some big plans, things I'm going to be rolling out here, I think pretty soon. In other parts of the world, arm wrestling is already in schools. I think that's a big thing. I think getting it around children and them understanding that it's safe and that it's a fun sport, safe being the number one thing, I think that's massive. I think that's something we really need to take a look at. In Canada, I know there's places where they're all over in the schools, and in other places of the world, it's like there's arm wrestling club at schools and arm wrestling like class. So I think that's a big key, is that the stigma of arm wrestling being super dangerous and not being a real sport in terms of like a big money sport, a viable option. Those are the things that we're battling the most on the local level, I think, right? I think that us promoting safety, you guys, if you guys ever talk to anybody about arm wrestling, that's just random person on the street, please promote safety. Explain to them how to not get hurt, so maybe they can tell that to their cousin, and maybe their cousin remembers a little bit of it one night when he's at a house party and they're all filming him arm wrestle and he doesn't break his arm. You know, like anything we can do to help promote safety in arm wrestling, I think is massive. It's so much bigger than people think. So many people are afraid to arm wrestle because they think they're going to hurt themselves. Like it's huge. Also, then there's the whole, is that a sport? Is that a real thing? Is that like something to pursue? That's the other thing I think holds us back the most. Yep. Basically what Tyler's saying there. I'm friends with huge grip guys, and their biggest fear and what deters them is that they'll break their arm. They don't understand there's safe ways to pull. Right. So I've had my team for like 10 years, and we've never had an arm break on my team. Knock on wood. Right. Still. And I've given the exact same speech and explanation to everybody for 10 years. Paul Lynn, there he is. What up, my boy? What's up, Paul? Just talking about kind of the ideas of where we want the sport to end up, right? And then just talking about kind of how we're going to have to get there. Generally, people in the chat were saying that they wanted it to end up more UFC-esque. I put Olympics or UFC, and a lot of them chose UFC, saying, with money and sponsors and names and post-fight interviews and all the things, and kind of the route we're going now, right? Obviously with more money and more fame at the end. Not a lot of people chose the Olympics, but there was definitely people that wanted both. But then we're talking about how to get there, and that requires money. Money requires sponsors. Sponsors require eyes and views. Eyes and views comes from social media, right? So I think that's in terms of something we can control. Obviously, eyes and views will come from TV as well, but I think that won't happen until we reach a certain point in social media, right? Yeah. Calvin Jones, Derek, people think arm wrestling is done at pubs. If it becomes UFC, WWE style with people like Devin and gets well known for this, it's not going to help it in schools. There's a tension for sure. Yeah, I mean, the school approach would be a lot easier if it was the Olympic. If we were going for the Olympic route, it'd be easier to sell for sure. But is that what we want the end of our sport to look at, right? Pulling Isai. Is that Isai, the guy on my team? Isai? Arm wrestling awareness, similar to gun safety, ignorance for both. I agree. We have to promote safety. Let's see. Jason Latona, having my dinner break with you. Oh, Jason. Thanks, man. Yeah, like Paul Lynn, he's a Mickey Mantle type. Not the biggest guy, but naturally explosive and talented. Yeah, he's all right. Isai, you say what's up to Paul Lynn before you say what's up to the captain of the team you're on? You've been in the chat not saying nothing. Paul joins and you say Paul's the man? All right. All right. Remember where you practice at. Remember that. Remember that, Isai. Eric Castillo. It's kind of strange how many more injuries that come from skateboarding, but you rarely hear people being afraid of doing it or promoting it to young people. I would say it's pretty similar risk-wise. Yeah, definitely a ton of injuries in skateboarding. I don't know, maybe they're not as gruesome or as explosive I don't know. The injuries there, I don't know why arm wrestling injuries stand out a little more. Crazy Uncle Jim says, don't arm wrestle random people off the street for your stupid video. F your ego. Don't be a... Yeah. I agree. No, I mean, depends if you understand how to keep people safe, really, right? Now, there's always risks that they could hurt themselves, but, like, I've found ways to arm wrestle random people where they're... to keep them a lot safer. If you guys... Real quick, generally, arm wrestling starts like this. They're going to try to jam sideways. They're going to do this, right? That's how they break their arm. Right when it starts, if you're strong enough to do this. Now, if you're too weak and you can't just beat people however you want, then I don't think you should really be arm wrestling random people off the streets. But if you can just hook everybody, so they say go, wrist curl, which makes them go palm up, wrist curl really hard, and then to start pulling backwards. Now, if you start making them do it, so suddenly they're like this, and you start opening up their bicep, they will not drive sideways anymore. Once you make them go palm up and go backwards, they stop going sideways. So we can run the risk of injury of tearing a bicep, but that's way less likely than breaking an arm, especially against an amateur guy, I think. So every time I arm wrestle a random person on the street, I hook, show them their bicep or their palm, and start making them do a bicep curl. And the moment that starts going down, they stop going sideways. They start trying to curl you naturally, right? So that's how I arm wrestle new people. But the real problem is when you have a guy that's in our sport that's 150 and he's trying to be like, I'm a 150 professional arm wrestler, and he goes out there and finds some 300-pound big guy that's not an arm wrestler and he can't hook him, then he's going to try top rolling him. When people lose their wrist, they'll still drive sideways and break their arm, right? And so, or if you get really defensive, you let them start cranking it, then they can break their arm. So those are the guys that kind of get scary, are the guys that can't just do whatever they want to random people. That's when I think injuries kind of can happen. Anyway, Daniel Julian with the $5 super chat says, do you have a planned next match or matches for this year? First off, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Yes, I have matches. Oh, so what are we back to? What can I say again? Guys, I got phone calls. I have things moving. I have matches coming. I cannot announce it before the person announces it, but I should have a match coming. It still has to be finalized in the next 2 months. I'm still supposed to be over, as far as I know, at East vs. West in April, but I still don't have an opponent for that one yet. And then Tom Nelson said he wanted a super match with me somewhere around May. So that might be happening in California. We have to find a promotion that's going to host it in California and do that. Those things are in the works. But I have an opponent and a tournament or a promotion that's happening within the next 2 months where I'm supposed to pull, but I can't announce it yet. Thank you for the super chat, brother. That's kind of what's going on with me. I hate that. I wish I could talk freely about everything, but it's not my place to announce what, it's the promoter's event, Let's see. Everybody's talking about how badass Paul Lynn is. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Let's see. No endurance is cranking hours. Keep working, Big Paul. You're right about this, Derek. Thank you, Loggy. I appreciate that. Latonas are good examples of arm wrestling teachers. There we go. Good on you, Derek. That's how it should be. Drew, Corey McPhee says, Paul, how quiet is it without Devin and Turkey? The videos seem more relaxed, lower energy. I did enjoy you and Marcio vid. All three of you look jacked. You also got to remember the videos when Devin's there, like everybody's filming Devin. So it's not like Devin's all over the place making it fucking crazy, making it crazy in every room in Turkey, right? It's just everybody wants to film Devin, so all the content you're getting is with Devin involved, and when the camera's on, Devin's going to turn it up and act crazy, Not that he's not crazy with the camera off, because he definitely is, but he'll definitely turn it up. The camera's there. So then the public just gets a bunch of Devin, and Devin's everywhere. But that's all anybody wants to film is Devin, right? So when you're there, it's way more relaxed. Honestly, when the camera's not there, Devin has a hood on. He is sitting in the corner and keeping to himself as much as he can. He's not trying to show out all the time. If the camera's not there, Devin has his green hoodie on, and he's kind of standing around, his head down, just being a bum, being the praying mantis bum, the homeless praying mantis. Let's see. Zulua says that's super smart way to keep people safe. Good tip. Metaphor is a good point, Derek. Paul Lynn says peak force surges can be effective, but they also often take more out of you than your opponent. Knowing when to surge and when to hold is important. Jason Merlot put on a master class at High Five. Jason Merlot's the man. Twisted Wrist Arm Wrestling says, we need more fans to start talking more and spreading news about tournaments and getting more people into the sport. Daniel Julian says, well, I haven't seen Tom compete in forever. While Paul's here, when do you guys want to do the shows? Yeah, Paul, I've told people a few times that, I was trying to get me, you, and Brandon to get that show moving. We just had to find a time slot that works for us. But I think that'd be a fun show. I think it'd be a fun show for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know Paul, your schedule, Paul, when you're available. Zeno Seidel says, got recommended a compression sleeve by a friend. Honestly, can't believe how much of a difference it makes in regards to pain while pulling. Have you tried sleeves at all? Not really, no. Always a little different without Devin, but Prunick and others pick up the slack. Nice. It was good to see Tom Nelson back at Washington State tournament. Devin got that endurance, so it worked again, even though Dennis took like 20 of them. I'm down for the show. The fix is on hold. I'm free. There we go. Drew24 says, Paulin's examples of making you realize you're not doing enough in the gym. Jason Merlot says, thank you, Paul, for the kind words. Corey says, rumors. Few people were writing that this is John Brzezink's last match. I hope it isn't true. School Lady Boy, what up? Compression sleeve in Crediware is awesome. Drew, we all are never doing. Derek, top 3 anticipated matches this weekend. Top 3 anticipated matches this weekend would be I definitely want to see Todd and Dadkin. That's going to be crazy. I mean, I know those are the title matches. But obviously my boy Paul here. Like, I'm not just saying that because Paul's here, but Paul's my guy. And yeah, I Paul and Araceli. Yeah. I want to watch that. And I don't know. 3. I guess I'm interested in Matt Mask and Wagner Bortolato. I'll say that much. And I'll leave that where it's at. But I guess I'm pretty interested in that match. So, yep. Todd Hutchings and Dadakian, Paulin and Araceli, and the Wild Horse versus Wagner. Paul, man, I wish I was there. I wish I'd be in your corner, man. Slap you on the back, slap you in the face, whatever you want. Maybe I just want to hit you. Maybe that's it. I just want to. You're just too nice, man. I just got to slap you around. Let's see. Dan and Julian, are compression sleeves legal while on the table in a pro match? No, they're not. Nothing's allowed on your arm from the tip of your finger to your elbow, depending on the league, I think. Shredded cheese is a cool tattoo. By the way, yeah, you guys see that little sticker right there? Put it on shredded cheese. Give him a little tattoo. Yeah. You guys, this logo, my team logo, Alpha Empire, you guys are going to start seeing that around. We'll put it that way. You're going to start seeing that logo around a lot more. I mean, I'm sure you've already seen it if you watch any of my stuff, or you see Engen Terzi wearing the shirts all the time, or you see any of my guys rocking it. But yeah, it's definitely going to be moving around. Daniel, wish they were legal because my elbow would love pulling with compression sleeve. I'm honestly, for my next match, Paul, I might need that. I might use that tape that you use, the KT tape. My shoulder has been a little weird. So let me tell you guys something. So 2 weeks ago, I'm on a big practice, mega practice in Southern California, and I'm pulling and I'm having a good time. And there's an older cat, I'm not going to say his name, walks up to me and is like, hey, come on, let's pull. I'm like, all right, I've only arm wrestled like 5 people there. Let's pull. He goes, let me use 2 hands. And I'm like, no, why would you use 2 hands? I got like 50 more people to arm wrestle. Like, I just was going to pull with you. I'm not mean in practice. I don't slam everybody. I'll hold them or I'll let them pin me. I'm not that guy. But he's like, let me use 2 hands. I'm like, No, I'll have people use two hands if I'm in like a serious training block or something like that. But I let people use two hands that are veterans on my team that will they still let me win, but they just make it really difficult. I do it for training. I don't do it just for funsies. And he wouldn't stop. And my stupid ass let him do it. And I was like, fine. All right, whatever. And so he's been arm wrestling like 40 years. And so he used two hands. He puts the finger where he should and puts all the pressure on my pronator and it stops me or whatever. And I'm gassing up, going like 100%. And he's holding me with two hands. And then, but he's brick walling me. Like I move like this far and then he's brick walling me. And then I feel a crack and a pop. I didn't know where. It was somewhere on the right side. And now my shoulder hurts. There was no bruising. There was no discoloration. So I don't think anything tore. I don't know. But now it feels weird. It's sore than usual. I did heavy bench after that, and I got good numbers up. I did 315 for 12 and 365 for 5 right after that. But right here is off. And I haven't tried any hard side pressure. But it's like, I hate when people do that. I don't need someone I can go arm wrestle brick wall. I get it. I'm big and I'm stronger than everybody there. So they're like, well, let's use two hands and brick wall there. That mentality, that's that North American, no pain, no gain mentality that is not where it's at. That's not where it's at. Going to failure like that and getting injured is not where it's at. Yes, that is not the way. That is not the way. So if you guys go to practice, you guys are like, oh, bang until you can't move, no pain, no gain, everything to failure, brother, until you get like, that's not the way. That's not the way. Not once you're in the sport for a while. Maybe a little more when you're newer, even though that hurts you a lot, but at least you're learning, you're gaining knowledge base. But doing it later on in your career is not the way. Is not the way. So anyway, yeah, there's something wrong in here. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured out exactly what it affects, but I also haven't tried hard side pressure yet, which I was really driving pretty hard sideways when it happened. So I don't know. I'm just trying to give it some time. Either way, back to the point. I need to use that tape, Paul, I think to help hold everything in place, I'd have to learn how to put it on though. Watch out, Derek. He'll beat you. You heard about WL? I have not. Daddy Ken is crazy. I think Todd might lose this one. Ooh, maybe. Veronica Knight sharing the awswitch.com website. Thank you, Veronica. You guys get yourself some hat shirts, stickers, and things of the like. Check it out. Use discount code AWDerek while it still lasts. What exactly does the tape do, says Jason Merlot? KG tape gives a sense of stability, even if only mental, still beneficial. Yeah, it just feels like it holds things together. I've had it on someone put it on me before. It just feels like it holds everything together tighter. Even though it's just holding on to your skin and stuff and the muscles are still sliding under the skin, it feels like it helps hold stuff together. Paul, you think that could help the elbow if properly placed? I don't know, but aren't you not allowed? I think you're not allowed to have anything above the elbow at all. I think. Depends on the league, though, maybe. D-Rec, you know better. Yeah, Veronica, you know who this person is, though. And I was like, dude, great. Congratulations. You stopped me with two hands. Yeah. Is it great when you hear a pop coming out of your body? Yeah, Spacey, it's fantastic. Still, though, the OG is weak AF. Paul Lynn, I think there are methods of application for the elbow. My rotator cuff tendon is but a distant memory. I'll look into it. Don't go for that trap, Derek. I know he just wouldn't get off the table. He wouldn't get off the table to me. He's like, come on. And I'm like, dude. Stem cells are showing consistent improvement in my labrum issues. Are the stem cells working out for you, Paul? I know Paul's been out there cranking them stem cells like a beast. Good. That's good. Like, so yeah, Paul, you have shoulder issues, right? Was it both your shoulders are pretty jacked, if I remember correctly? And that was it. Everything else is good, right? Just your shoulders are kind of had issues. If I was going to get stem cells, I have no inner elbow, left arm to speak of. Like, yeah, my inner elbow is just like non-existent left-handed. So that popped off a while ago, years ago. And then right-handed, my brachioradialis, all this stuff, knots up really bad in here. And I think I have arthritis really bad here in the connection. So maybe something in that. That's probably where I'd get it. Let's see. Justin Caldwell says, Jim, are you saying that after thinking it didn't work? I use KT tape, it works better than you would think. Oh, okay. Grizzly Casey, you versus Matt or Bortolotto would be exciting. Would you match their energy? No. Matt and Wagner energy is like, it's my energy is focused at the person. When I'm angry and hyped up, I'm thinking like at this person. I hate this person. I want to kill this person. This person is not worthy of being on the table with me. This person is too weak to even be in this room with me. You know, I'm just like, I'm really focused on the person. When I lock eyes with the person, I'm really focused on them because I'm just thinking about how badly I want to beat them and just a bunch of crazy thoughts. Like that aren't even always true. I'm just in my head in that moment. That's how I'm working. I feel like they're just really just angry at everything. Like just anything that's around, hitting this, smacking that, at that, flipping this. Like I feel like it's more just rage. And mine's more like focused rage. I feel like. But that's just visually from what I'm seeing. It looks like, you know, because I get really aggressive at that person in that intimate moment, like right one-on-one. Like that's where I focus all my anger. But I don't know. Crazy Uncle Jim still talking about the tape. Says, I didn't know what to expect, but it worked really good. That tape kept my tendons from just throbbing in pain. Paul Lynn, 3 separate treatments, no quick response from me, but rather slow, consistent improvements with time. Yep, both shoulders have slap tears in the labrums. Jeez, Paul, going too hard for too long. It's those shrugs, Paul. It's the heavy shrugs. That's what did it. No, I'm still doing shrugs. I'm doing shrugs. I'm going to the gym right after this, guys. We're going to be hitting bench. I think I'm going to try 405. I think I'm going to see how many times I can get 405 up, which means I'm basically back to my strength with what's called Medi. I'm back to my Medi strength. So excited. Been feeling super strong. I'm going to be putting more and more videos out on the members only channel part, guys, like little lifting videos and things like that. The pull-ups, I've been messing more and more with pull-ups. I want to get 10 dead hang pull-ups is the goal. Yeah. Corey says, I'm curious how the stem cell sponsorship works. Like Devin has had about 200,000 worth of injection. Did he get it for free? Like Paul Lynn is now sponsoring them. So did you pay for it? Oh, that's up to Paul to tell you that. There should be fighting like hockey. That would be crazy. That would be wild. But then it'd be hard to get back to arm wrestling. I mean, it would affect the matches so much. Did your match get canceled, says James M? The match for this East versus West, yes. It was I don't know who to it was we agreed to cancel it. So it wasn't like one person made that canceled. I was a huge underdog. I knew that. But I was still down to try. Egan wasn't aware of how big of an underdog I was. So we talked and I told him, yeah, I'm a big underdog for sure. And he goes, oh, okay. I didn't know that it was that big of a difference. I go, well, he's Ivan Matyushenko. It was amazing. And I wouldn't have a ton of time to prep for it. And so he's like, okay, well, let's just wait then. We'll just wait till April. It's all right, cool. So we just kind of agreed to postpone. But that doesn't mean I'm pulling him. I'm going to have a match in April rather than right now. So it's kind of an agreed cancellation. Let's see. Nah, shrugs feel great. Just kidding. Crazy Uncle Jim says, I picked something up and then put it down. That would hurt. The tape kept slight pressure on tendons, keeping them from giving you that release pain. Discount agreement. I guess you could say that. Gotcha. Are you talking about the stem cells? All right, guys. What matches are you guys looking forward to the most? Right? At East versus West. Let me know. Throw some matches out there. What are you guys looking for? You guys looking for Mindaugas and Daniel? You guys want Robbie Topi and Amerik? Prudnik and Alejan Murtov? John Brzezinski, Krasimir? Matt Mask, Wagner Bortolato? Reno and Ivan Matyushenko? Oleg Zok and I can't remember his opponent's name. What do you guys? I'm just curious about it. Obviously, sponsor injections make you push the products, but if you're paying for it, well, then it probably works and actually worth it, says Corey. Who wins Rabalkin versus Monster Michael Todd? I don't know Todd's current shape. I know like traditional Todd would beat Lars. And I would assume that if Todd's accepting this match, he's in great shape and ready to compete at that level. So I want to say Monster Michael Todd, but the only thing that would prove that wrong is if he's not in good tournament or competition shape. So, but I think he is. Everything's looking solid. So I'm going to go with Monster Michael Todd on that. Let's see. Murtaugh versus Prudnik. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Can Prudnik find a way? That's going to be crazy. Stem cells got to work. Look at how Devin has turned back time. Todd versus David. Yeah, dude, that's going to be a killer. Justin Cabo says a lot of interesting left-hand matches on the card. Yep. Daniel Julian's been looking for Mindaugas and Daniel for a while. I know Mindaugas is much stronger than when Daniel beat him before, but so is Daniel, and I want him to shut Terrasitis up. Ooh. Aiden Hobgood says, looking forward to Mindaugas and Daniel, mainly because they're the pinnacle of my weight class. Also looking forward to Prudnik's match and Hutchings' match. Yep. Test and HGH probably supercharges the stem cell. The other Paul Lynn says, if Paul Thrios, Rockley, and Matt versus Wagner isn't a shutout, it'll be a good day. Dude. Paul's a 3-0. Rockley, I love it. Paul, my boy, you heard it. You have to. Man, I miss being there. I wish I was there. I had so much pride, and have so much pride when we're out there. Team West, so much fun. I want to see Ryan SB arm wrestle and beat Corey West rematch. Dang. Left-handed? You must be talking about left-handed. All right. Oh, you guys. So I know we haven't really been doing grippers, but at that same practice, the top grip guy in the world, Ivan Chuk, one of the top grip guys in the world, he was there at practice. And so he was showing me how to set grippers. He showed me, and it's way different than I usually set them. And so I really want to try the gripper, the 3.5 again, but setting it the way he showed me. And I wonder how big of a difference it'll make. I was kind of waiting for Wednesday because I want to try it with you guys. I want to see. I'm so irritated that you aren't commentating this event. Joe Nelson, I'm down. I would be. I get no requests for commentating. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's because I didn't do a bad job. No one says they dislike me as a commentator, but I get no requests for commentary. Like, people only view me as an arm wrestler, which is cool, right? And arm wrestling is my main love. But I see some events and I'm like, yo, I can commentate that. Why didn't I get a phone call? I don't know. I'd be so down. Crazy Uncle Jim, are you going to have a rematch with Austin Jaggers? Yeah, I'm down at some point for sure. I haven't made a plan for it, but me and Austin will cross paths again, not running fouls, and we'll have a soup match. Me and old Austin, we'll figure it out. What do you think of the Armor situation with Devin's most recent match? Who do you think won? From the videos I've been watching, they were saying that first off, before I say this, I know nothing. I have talked to zero people behind the scenes. I don't know anything. I have not heard from anybody, any kind of secret info from anybody. I have not dug. I have not asked that question to anybody. So I'm purely saying this based on the videos I've seen that y'all have seen, right? The same videos. So just I don't want this to get out like Derek knows stuff. No. But I watched Sandra Sedis' video where he kind of was explaining how he thinks that Camille won. I don't know. I think Camille might have won. Like, Camille seems like real deal, and Devin isn't as tight with his left hand. And if Camille really gets on that press, and I think Camille might have won. So, and the little evidence that's racking around showing that Camille might have won, I think he might have, which would be good. It'd be good to stir things up a little bit. Captain Obvious, interested in Kardeccia versus Artyom. Alex hasn't been around much, and Artyom coming off a stomach problem. Morzov looks to have gained the size back. That should be a very interesting match. Although I do think it'll be one-sided one way or the other, kind of. I think so. Justin says, I have this weird thing with Paul Lynn where I always want him to win, but never believe he can for some reason. Sorry, Paul. I don't know why. Yvonne versus Taylor. Yvonne wins. I think you do great. Thank you, Deeps. I appreciate that. Samusha versus Marov. Actually, it would be insane. Some people just don't know Marov well. I don't. I agree. Justin Caldwell says, people thought you and Ray were boring together. I disagree. I like your commentary. I thought I had a lot of fun with Ray. Think you could beat Irakli? I hope so. Not easily, though. Kid, they get super strong. I haven't heard Austin's name since your match that he's even still wrestling. Yes. I think Camille won too. I think match looked just like how I went with Cody because I don't think Devin could block the press with the left. Same. Aiden Hopkins says, what about the theory of all who lose to Devin to try his lifts right away, including Camille? Oh, DF is back. Austin is training and getting huge. His crazy Uncle Jim. There you go. Alex is going to smash Artem. I think it's going to be a lot of excuses after the crushing. Hey. All right. I'm starting to wrap this up. Let me try this gripper, guys. Let's see if we can close 3.5 with this new style, right? This new style. A little chalk on the old hand here. We're gonna try this ice cold because that's how we do it. We do dumb stuff around here. What? Oh, there's that pop. All right. We're gonna try this ice cold. I like it to get my hand cracked first. All right. Okay. 3.5. So normally I leave this down here like this, and then I squeeze this part down and then set it. Now they're telling me this needs to stay up here, right? I need to push my thumb up. I bring the wall right here up to the gripper to hold the gripper there. Then I'm going to squeeze this basically down until I get my pinky around it with two hands, and then I'm going to let go and then close it. Now, this is the style they're saying I need to adapt. Let's see how much easier this is. Oh. It didn't close, but it got really close, and that was first try. Yeah, I think that style is going to be a lot easier. Daniel Julian says, better commentating in East versus West than Travis's over bias. Travis is he is a knucklehead. That Travis is. Yeah. He's a lot. I'm not going to speak on Austin's situation because I don't know enough about it, guys. I know from what I've been told by everybody, he's not currently incarcerated. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Try your number 3, says Aiden Hobgood. What? You want me to downgrade? Look at that forearm. You want me to turn this off and go to a 3? It's a 3.5 forearm here. We're just gonna wake up. We have to wake up a little bit. Here we go. Come on. 3.5. Thank you for the super chat, Daniel. I appreciate you. Whew. Wall. Here we go. God, the letting go is what hurts the most. Did it? I don't think it clicked. Did it click? It was really close. But normally I try to do it like this for you guys, but I was doing it like this, so it's hard for me to tell. No, we won't count it because it wasn't for sure clicked. So we'll say that that's a no. The thing is, I'm kind of sick right now. I got a little bit of bronchitis, so my energy levels are a little bit low. But yeah, it was still pretty close. I like the new setup. I like starting with it up there. That's cool. That's what's up. All right, guys, I'm gonna start to shut this down. You know, I don't want to just force it to 6 o'clock if I'm kind of running out of topics a little bit. Excuses, I know, right? Yeah. So either way, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me. Please check out moderators. Please plug anybody's channel that's in here. Paul Lynn, DF, plug your channel. Who else is in here? Jason Merlot. I'm trying to think what other channels. If I didn't say it, put your channel in the chat, and we'll plug it for everybody to check out. Like I said, I'll be going to Kane Fontecchio's channel here in just a little bit and talking to them about California arm wrestling. So if you guys didn't check that out, check that out. Please go to the awswitch.com, buy yourself a hat, shirt, sticker, hat, shirts, stickers, all the things. Stickers. Talk to me, Chave. RIP. And I'll be back here next Wednesday, guys. Yeah, you guys are always supporting, being awesome, all the things. And yeah, thank you, DF, for plugging that. I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, please also, you guys, I'm on Discord all the time. If you guys want to chat in Discord, check that out. I'll be in there. Next week, I plan to announce, I have something really big I'm working on. That's not even about me as an arm wrestler. Something else that I really want to be able to announce. I'm working heavily behind the scenes to try to get these dots connected and these things to move. But I have some really cool ideas, some cool plans that I'm really excited about. So, yeah, hopefully I can announce it next week, if not the week later after. But pretty soon I want to announce that to you guys. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So if I think it's going to be pretty cool, you guys think it's pretty cool. Anyway, all right, guys. I love you to death. Thank you for watching, hanging out, supporting all the stuff. See you next Wednesday, and talk to you later. Be strong. Love arm wrestling. Do the things. See you.